What's going on, guys? This is Awesome here, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you guys my impressions of E3 2016, the games that I saw that I liked at E3, and it's basically I'm going to be talking about what I liked about E3, the games I liked about E3, and I'm going to be talking about each game in probably a lot of detail. And so yeah, let's get started. I have a list here of games that I'm going to be talking about. The gameplay that you're going to be seeing in this video, right now it's going to be some Division gameplay, some gameplay from the Division, and then we're going to be switching about halfway through the video to some Battlefield Hardline gameplay. And yeah, that's basically about the gameplay. It's pretty standard, so I've been playing both these games for the past couple days quite a bit, so just because I like them, and I hope you guys enjoy that gameplay. I hope you guys enjoy the gameplay that I'm showing, and let's get started here with the list of games I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about Battlefield 1, Titanfall 2, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, some Star Wars games, and Day of Infamy, which I'll go into a little bit of Day of Infamy, but I won't. That's like, I'm going to be talking a lot about Battlefield 1 and some of those other games. So let's start off with Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 looked fucking amazing. Like, I am not going to lie at all. That game just, oh my god, I was already super hyped for the game. Now I'm really hyped after seeing the actual gameplay. The actual gameplay looks really good. It looks like they're taking a lot of liberties with history. I didn't see a whole lot of trench warfare, which I guess is kind of good, because you know, if it was a trench warfare game, if it was only like a trench warfare game, or like a realistic trench warfare game, that would be pretty boring. That would be pretty boring. So they're taking a lot of liberties with history. There seemed to be quite a bit of automatic weapons, semi-automatic weapons as well. There was like, God, what guns did I see in there? There was like the Lewis machine gun. There was Mauser rifles for the snipers. There's I'm pretty sure some World War One. I'm pretty sure a lot of World War One buffs know exactly what guns were in the gameplay and stuff. The actual gameplay was great. Looked really good. The graphics looked really good. And the trailer they showed was also really good. They showed some some footage of like these soldiers and a tank and stuff, and they also showed some air combat gameplay, which was really good. Something that's really cool is that you can actually, those Zeppelins, if you bring them down, they'll crash into the map and they'll like become a permanent part of the map, which is really cool. And I think like that's just really cool. It's basically Levolution World War One style. And speaking of Levolution, I guess they're bringing back. They seem to be bringing back the Bad Company 2 style of destruction, where you can like level buildings and stuff like that, which looks really cool, which I think is really cool. It definitely works for the World War One setting, because during World War One there were a lot of destroyed buildings and stuff and things like that. The map that they actually showed was filled with rubble, and I think that's pretty cool, because there was a lot of rubble during World War One. So that's pretty accurate to the time period. There's a lot of controversy over the announcer's voice. There's like some girls saying things like we've lost objective apples, or we've lost objective butter. I honestly laughed the first time I heard that. I'm just like, did she just say that we've lost objective butter? Oh my god. But if you actually look it up, from what I've heard, that's actually accurate to the time period. I know these days we're used to hearing things like we've lost objective Alpha, or we've lost objective Bravo, or Charlie, or Foxtrot, or Golf, or whatever. During World War One, they were using, to identify objectives, they did use things like apples, butter, and things like that. But the announcer thing didn't really bother me all that much. I don't really care about that. Yeah, I don't really care about that. It didn't really bother me all that much. And yeah, that's all I really got to say about it. That's all I really got to say about Battlefield. Now we are going to be talking about Titanfall 2. There's actually two things to talk about Titanfall 2. There's the multiplayer trailer that they showed, and there's also the single-player campaign trailer that they showed. I'll be talking about the multiplayer one first, because that's what they showed first. The multiplayer trailer looks really cool for Titanfall 2. It looks like there's a new grappling hook thing which they showed off quite a bit in the trailer. At like the very end of the trailer, you see like this dude eject from a Titan. These two guys eject from a Titan. One of the player guy takes his grappling hook and like grapples and hooks the enemy pilot and just like brings him over there, and then that's how the trailer like ends. It looks really cool. It just looks really cool. It definitely looks a lot like Titanfall 1. There's also a lot of returning weapons that I saw in the trailer, especially for a guy like me who was a big fan of the original Titanfall. I thought the original Titanfall was awesome. Yeah, I thought the original Titanfall was awesome. The only problem with it is that it didn't. The only really problem it had was a lack of depth, and it looks like they're really fixing that with Titanfall 2. There seems to be a lot of depth in Titanfall 2. There's going to be new Titans. There's going to be new weapons. Obviously, there were some returning weapons in there. Like I saw, like the CAR machine gun, the CAR machine gun. I believe I saw the R101C. That was my favorite weapon in the first Titanfall. The R101C. That gun was fucking amazing. That was like the starting gun too, but that gun was fucking amazing. And I'm sure there were some others that I probably missed. There doesn't look like there's going to be any smart pistol. Which that I definitely like, because I did not like the smart pistol. I thought it was cheap and annoying, the smart pistol. I know a lot of people like the smart pistol. A lot of people don't like the smart pistol. It was a very controversial thing about the first Titanfall. But I'm personally on the side. I hated that thing. That thing was just... God, I hated that thing. That thing required like no... Let's be honest. That thing required like no skill to use. God, I fucking hate that thing. And then there was the single player trailer, which also looked really cool. Looks like it's going to be pretty emotional. Looks like it's going to be a story about the story itself is going to explore more of the Titanfall universe in depth, I'm sure, and it's also going to explore the bond between Pilot and Titan. The vibe I got from the trailer is that it's going to be a story about like this Titan who has just recently lost a pilot, whose pilot was killed, and you know you're going to be playing the pilot you're going to be playing as is like the new pilot, is like his replacement pilot, and there's going to be a bond between them, I'm sure, and the bond between Pilot and Titan is going to be explored. So that's going to be really interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. The single player, there really isn't a lot to say about it other than that, but it looks really cool, and it looks like it's going to be a pretty emotional ride, and I'm really looking forward to playing it. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Titanfall. Now, everyone, get ready to shit your pants. Now we are going to be talking about... I can't believe I say this. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, a game which has been has been a topic of a lot of, shall we say, controversy recently. You know, I believe the reveal trailer for it right now is the second most disliked video on YouTube. It's got almost 3 million dislikes. It's pretty insane. But what they showed of Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, I can't believe I'm about to say this. What they showed for Call of Duty Infinite Warfare looked pretty damn good. I'm not going to lie at all. I'm not going to say it was amazing or anything like that, but it looked pretty cool. The part of it that I'm going to say really appealed to me was there was this part of the first half of the gameplay they showed was like space, starship, dogfighting, which I'm still not sold on that. Still does not impress me. When it comes to the Call of Duty campaigns, like they've never had very good flying sections. They've never had very good flying sections. I always hated those flying sections that were in previous Call of Duty campaigns. But the second half of the gameplay was zero gravity gunplay in space, where someone was using a gun and, you know, zero gravity. It was zero gravity gunplay. That looked really cool. I'm not going to lie, it looked pretty cool. You know, floating around in space. The gun that he was using looked a lot like an M4, so that really attracted me because I'm a huge fanboy of the M4. Hell, in this Division gameplay that you're seeing, I'm using the M4 a lot. I mean, it's not a very good weapon in the game. It's not a very good weapon in the Division, but I'm just a huge fanboy of it. I have a Division video coming later this week, so I'll talk more about that there. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. What the gameplay that they showed was a huge step in the right direction from that reveal trailer. I'm still skeptical of Infinite Warfare. I'm still very skeptical of Infinite Warfare. You know, it's Infinity Ward. I am still salty over Infinity Ward's last game, Ghosts. God, I'm still scarred from that game. I fucking hated that game with a fucking passion. But I do think Infinity Ward can redeem themselves with Infinite Warfare. However, you know, we'll have to wait and see, because obviously it's just one level. It was just like one part of a level that they showed, which again, that gunplay looks pretty cool. But again, it's still skeptical. I'm still gonna wait for multiplayer footage. The multiplayer is gonna be revealed in September at the Call of Duty XP, and but it's still a step in the right direction regardless. If they showed that gameplay like back in like early May when the game was first revealed, instead of that god awful reveal trailer, which that reveal trailer was fucking awful. I'm not gonna lie, that trailer was fucking awful. The cinematography of it, the lightings, everything was about it was just bad. The music, oh my god, the music was bad. But anyways, if they showed that gameplay to reveal the game back in May, it still would have gotten a lot. The video definitely still would have gotten a lot of dislikes, just because Call of Duty and it's a cool thing to hate. But it wouldn't be sitting in like the top like 3 most disliked videos in the history of YouTube. Like it just wouldn't be, because there would be some enjoyment in it. Like in that reveal trailer, there was like nothing good about it, and it was just like, God, man, that reveal trailer just sucked. But the gameplay that they did show was pretty good. Huge step in the right direction, so I will give credit where credit is due. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Infinite Warfare. Now the next game we're going to be talking about is another Call of Duty game, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. They showed some of that at the Sony press conference. Oh my god, the Modern Warfare footage that they showed at the press conference, at the Sony E3 press conference, was awesome. They showed a little bit of All Gillied Up. They showed a little bit of Crew Expendable. They showed a little bit of Shock and Awe. It was all campaign missions. I'm naming a bunch of campaign missions from Call of Duty 4. They showed a little bit of Charlie Don't Surf. They showed a little bit of they showed a bit of everything when it came to the Call of Duty 4 campaign. And here's something that's going to be pretty controversial about Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered. They announced at E3. They announced that on PS4, if you pre-order the Legacy Edition to get, Modern Warfare Remastered, you can get the campaign for Modern Warfare Remastered 30 days before it comes out. I'm going to repeat that. On PS4 only, I believe on PS4 only, you can get the Modern Warfare Remastered campaign, just the campaign though, 30 days early. That is some bullshit. Like, as much as a PS4 fan that I am, and as much as I'm kind of happy that PS4 gets the DLC stuff early for Call of Duty, that is just straight up bullshit. That is just straight up bullshit. I'm pretty sure Microsoft Sony paid Activision to do that. I just think that's fucking bullshit. Granted, it is just a campaign, so I guess it's not that big of a deal, but it's still bullshit, and it's still going to enrage a lot of people. Then again, I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys don't remember Call of Duty 4 for the campaign. I'm sure a lot of people do. I kind of do. But let's be honest, when you think about Call of Duty 4, you think about the multiplayer, which they showed no multiplayer. I don't think we're going to see multiplayer for Modern Warfare Remastered, probably until COD XP, around the time they reveal Infinite Warfare multiplayer. In short, to wrap up the Call of Duty 4 section, Remastered section, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare Remastered looked great. However, I'm still not going to spend the $80, the fucking $80 to get the Legacy Edition unless Activision and Infinity Ward can sell me on Infinite Warfare. I'm not going to spend $80 on Infinite Warfare just to get Call of Duty 4. If Activision wants me to buy the Legacy Edition, they're going to have to sell me on Infinite Warfare. They're going to have to make me want Infinite Warfare. Which, yes, that gameplay that they showed at E3 was a huge step in the right direction. I'm still skeptical of Infinite Warfare. They're still going to have to do quite a bit to earn my trust and earn my money. But I kind of already went into detail about that, so yeah, I guess that's what I have to say. That's it for Call of Duty 4. Now back to EA. Now we're done with Activision. Now we're back to EA. I'm going to talk about some of the stuff for some of the Star Wars games that they showed. But they didn't really show any Star Wars games. They showed this video of like studios that are working on Star Wars games. Respawn Entertainment makes Titanfall and is making Titanfall 2, is working on a Star Wars game. Visceral Games, who made Dead Space as well as Battlefield Hardline, is working on a Star Wars game. DICE is working on a Star Wars game. I'm sure DICE is working on Battlefront 2, which I'm definitely looking forward to that, but that's not coming out until next year. We're not going to hear anything about that until next year. What else do there's a bunch of EA subsidiaries that are other EA owned studios that are working on Star Wars games. So look for Star Wars games. It was looking pretty good, though. All they basically said, all they really said about Star Wars games is they said, basically in short, all they basically said was, "Hey, we're making Star Wars games." And that was really it. They didn't really show any. They didn't really announce any specifics. They just said, "Hey, we're making a bunch of Star Wars games." At the Sony press conference, they did show a little bit of the new Lego Star Wars Force Awakens, which is coming out in a couple weeks, actually. In a couple weeks, I think it's coming out in 2 weeks, June 28th. Which I would admit that game looks kind of cool, though I'm not super big on the whole Lego games. I'm not super big of Lego games. Like, I'm a big fan of The Force Awakens. I thought that movie was awesome, but I'm not super big on Lego games. Who knows? I might get it. I think you can actually get it on Steam for like $40. I think. Here. Let me look on my Steam library. Here. I mean, not my Steam library, on Steam. Let me look on Steam. I want to see how it is. Oh crap! There's one game I forgot. Alright, hold on. Let me see here. Star Wars. Let's see here. Lego Star Wars Force Awakens on Steam. It's $40. According to this Steam post here, it's $40. So you can get it cheaper on PC than you can. You can get it cheaper for PC than you can on the consoles. There's actually one game I forgot to mention here. There's one game I forgot to mention here. That game is Mafia 3. Because I was looking at my Steam library and I saw Mafia 2 on there. I like Mafia 2. Anyways, Mafia 3, kind of an abrupt transition. Mafia 3 looked really good. They showed there was like a 20-minute gameplay thing that was released on the internet. It showed a lot of New Orleans. It showed obviously Lincoln Clay. It showed all the people that you can do business with, like Burke, Cassandra, and of course Vito Scaletta, who's the protagonist of Mafia 2. This is the first time on this entire channel, and it's in my entire YouTube history that I've discussed the Mafia series. I have Mafia 2 on my Steam library, and I really enjoy it. I actually picked it up recently because it was on sale for like $6 a few weeks ago on Steam, and I'm really enjoying it. So I haven't beaten it yet, but I'm really enjoying it so far. I think it's a really awesome game. I think it's a really awesome game, with a really good story. Mafia 3 looks really good. It's gonna be taking place in the 60s. It just looks really good. That's all I really have to say about Mafia 3. It just looks really fucking good. That's it. It just looks really fucking good, and I can't wait to play it once it comes out on October 7th. Just wow, it's just gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome. I really enjoy Mafia 2, and I can't wait for Mafia 3. So yeah. Last game is a game I'm pretty sure a lot of you actually have not heard of. It's a game called Day of Infamy, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you have not heard of. So let me explain it. Day of Infamy is actually a mod for, was originally actually a mod for the game Insurgency, which Insurgency is a game that I'm a big fan of. It's only on PC though. It is coming to consoles next year, but that's a different video. Day of Infamy is it's a PC only game, obviously, and it's basically a newer Day of Defeat kind of. It's basically a newer Day of Defeat kind of. You know, it's World War II. It's basically Insurgency, but in World War II, and I'm a big fan of it. I believe it's coming out as a I think it's what they said is that it's coming out as a standalone game now, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna charge for it, but I'm not exactly sure. It's coming out on early access next month, in July, so it's pretty cool. It's gonna be coming out early access next month, and I'm pretty sure it'll be in early access for a few months. Until the full game is actually released. I remember Insurgency was also an early access. Insurgency was also originally a mod as well, so it was originally a mod for, it was originally a source mod. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm a big fan of the mod Day of Infamy. I can't wait to play it as a standalone release, even if it is going to be an early access. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say. It's pretty much all I have to say about E3 2016. Please let me know in the comment section what you guys are excited for when it comes to E3 2016. What are you guys excited for? Are you guys excited for any of the games I'm talking about? Are you guys excited for something else? Please let me know in the comments below. Later this week, later this week, I am going to have a video about The Division, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. Basically, just my thoughts on it. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. Please like, comment, favorite, subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.